What up, ladies and gentlemen? So, welcome to our episode of Jupiter in the sign of Capricorn. And what happens when Jupiter is in the sign of Capricorn in your horoscope? And yes, I'm going to be making videos on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday and Saturday now, at least for a couple of months because I have midterms at my school and they're quite hard subjects. So I have to be in the library all day. So this is why I'm skipping one day, and it's going to be happening because then I'll have summer school because I'm trying to accelerate my semesters and just graduate quickly. So yeah, it's going to be 3 to 4 days: Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and maybe Saturday. So yeah. So anyway, Jupiter in the sign of Capricorn. Jupiter is debilitated in Capricorn. Why? Because ninth house is the original house of Jupiter, which is about higher learning, wisdom, and philosophy, and optimism and belief. 10th house is the original house of Capricorn, ruled by Saturn, which is about status, which is about rank, which is about career, which is about government. So you take a guru or a spiritual guru, put him in a jungle, because 10th house is known as a jungle. This is where Mars is excelled here because the warrior is able to hunt in a jungle. You put a guru or a spiritual sage, a peaceful sage, in the middle of a jungle, in the middle of ranking fights, in the middle of government bureaucracy, he's not going to like that. He's going to say, no, this is not what wisdom is. This is not what world philosophy is. This is not what who God is. I'm not going to chase rank here to attain God. This is why Jupiter is debilitated here, because his true belief systems are manipulated into thinking then achieving a higher rank in life is what is wisdom is that people needs to know. And this is what happens when Jupiter is in Capricorn. Jupiter in Capricorn loses his true sense of what is righteousness, true sense of his belief, true sense of wisdom and philosophy, which is in the scriptures, which is in spirituality, which is in meditation. And in Capricorn, Jupiter says, oh, yes, you want to achieve success, you want to know about life, get a higher rank out there. Go up to the ranks and destroy everybody if you have to in order to achieve the rank. So Jupiter is in the house of Saturn. Imagine this is Capricorn, house of Saturn, and Jupiter is here. And Saturn is the, let's say Saturn is the landlord, as I always say. He's the landlord and he's making the rules. This is how you're going to live in my house. Your belief system that you bring from Sagittarius are not going to apply here. My thing is about the government. It's about control. It's about power. It's about higher rank. And so Jupiter here is not forced to live by those rules. So what this can do, this can mislead a person into believing that what is in front of them is higher wisdom. What is in front of them is higher education, whereby it's not. Now, does this mean that person in Capricorn and Jupiter is not going to achieve success of Jupiter? No. It is that their belief system won't be like what Jupiter is set out to be. They will not quickly believe in spirituality and religion until they are knocked hard down by their debilitated status. That's when they'll slowly start to believe in spirituality and religion. They will not take word of wisdom as they say. They'll rather hear some motivational speaker of a CEO who shows you how to become powerful than versus somebody who's under a tree saying that meditation is true power. They will have a hard time believing those things. Okay. Now, if you get a good example, I did a horoscope of Barack Obama. He has Jupiter in the ascendant with Saturn in the sign of Capricorn. And although he's achieving Nich Bhanga Raj Yoga, meaning that he will eventually come out of his debilitation and do good for society, but that debilitated Jupiter is still in there. He believes that helping corporations, helping the government become more powerful, that will bring a sense of wisdom to people. Meaning that if corporations and government have the right power, people will find liberation in that. And that is not true. Because people are seeing that negative results of how he signed the NDAA, of how he's just giving money to the banks through. And I'm not being all political here, because if you ask me, I'm a progressive Democrat. But I stick to what is right. And when there's something wrong, I point it out, even if it's my own party, like President Barack Obama. So that's what happens with person in the sign of Jupiter. Now, if a woman has this Jupiter, it kind of becomes a catalyst of two marriages. Why? Because Jupiter here is losing all his senses. He's becoming very materialistic, and he's becoming power hungry. So a woman will run into a husband, which is Jupiter, who has the lowest form of dignity, meaning that he could be an alcoholic, he could be a gambler, he could be a just a workaholic, finance craving person who doesn't really pay attention to the needs of his family, doesn't really pay attention to the needs of true wisdom and needs of true philosophy in life. And so a woman can really run into a person who will look like a pure, you know, pure teacher, fatherly figure, person, but behind the veil is a completely different person, which they figure out after they get married. And especially, I believe it is between 8 to 14 degrees when Jupiter is really, really debilitated. And that's where, even though they say it's 18 degrees, but it's between those middle degrees where Jupiter is kind of like going sinking to the lowest. That's where you will really feel that, okay, I have run into a person who is not what he seems to be. He may show you the world in the beginning, but after that, you may find out, oh my God, he's abusing me. He is a drug addict. He's alcoholic. Things like that will happen when a woman has this in their chart. But again, if Jupiter is forming a Parivartan Yoga, as Jupiter is having a Nich Bhangraj Yoga, professionally it'll be a very good thing. Professionally, like how it helped Barack Obama achieve the highest status, President of the United States. But in personal life, that Jupiter is still going to act the way it is. It'll never change. So of course, you see President Obama out there with the best presentation of a president that you can see, but in private life, he would still have those belief of a debilitated Jupiter, and that's what you can really find out about a person when you look at these things and look at their chart. But a yoga and a Nich Bhangraj Yoga, Parivartan Yoga, any kind of conjunction can alter that effect of Jupiter. So always look for that, all right? So guys, this was my analysis of Jupiter in the sign of Capricorn. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. And if you want to know where your Jupiter is placed and if it's debilitated in the true astrological degrees and what planetary conjunction it's receiving, check out the link below. Check out my books. There are Astrology at the Speed of Light and Conjunction at the Speed of Light. And when you get those books, I will send you the link to look at your own chart. Just make sure you follow the directions below. Otherwise, we'll see you on Friday. Bye-bye.